applications for full-time and part-time nursing students for their incoming classes. May 1st is the last day that applications will be accepted for full-time programs at Citizens School of Nursing in Tarentum and West Penn Hospital School of Nursing in Pittsburgh. Citizens School of Nursing's part-time program accepts applications through September 1st. According to a release from Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania, the company filed a request to revise rates to upgrade and replace parts of their underground natural gas distribution pipelines. This will help customers by the company undergoing a modernization and expansion of their system that distributes natural gas. If the rates are approved, they will not be in effect until the middle to the end of December of 2025. 2 Republicans in Pennsylvania are trying to get the Ten Commandments shown in public schools. Senator Doug Mastriano began the Creation of Law in Our Schools Act last week. This will put the Ten Commandments, the United States and Pennsylvania constitutions, and the Declaration of Independence in public schools. State Representative Stephanie Borowitz wrote a memo on Tuesday for legislation to put the Ten Commandments on copies in public schools. A new scam is getting the attention of officials in federal cybersecurity that was first seen in 2021. A ransomware called Medusa is a data-breaking site that can take data from your email if you are not careful to avoid certain notifications. The system uses a pop-up to tell you to pay information to try to take personal details like your social security number. President Donald Trump signed an executive order Thursday calling for a plan to shut down the Education Department, an agency Republicans have talked about closing for decades. The White House says Education Secretary Linda McMahon will be directed to facilitate the department's closure while continuing to ensure the effective and uninterrupted delivery of services, programs, and benefits on which Americans rely. Eliminating the department altogether would be a cumbersome task, which likely would require an act of Congress.
Here's the Beaver County forecast.
Sunny and mild today. We'll see a high near 51. Mostly cloudy tonight. We'll drop down to a low around 41. Cloudy and breezy tomorrow with a chance of showers through mid-afternoon. We'll reach a high near 48 and a low around 24. And partly sunny on Sunday with a possibility of some rain in the afternoon and again in the evening. Expect to see highs near 50 and lows around 42. I'm Lisa Marie with your Beaver County weather.
That's a look at the news for now. I'm Noah Haswell on 99.3 FM and AM 1230 WBVP, also streaming live around the world at beavercountyradio.com.
Are you ready? It's time to find out what is on the mind of Eddie Crow. It's something to crow about on Beaver County Radio, 99.3 FM and 1230 WBVP. Now, here's the host of the show, Eddie Crow.
I'm going to be completely honest with you like I am all the time because I care deeply about all of your opinions. By Friday, sometimes it's a bit exhausting. When I look on the schedule and I see that DJ's coming in, DJ Frye Bus Talk, because we do this one Friday a month, right?
Once a month. Eddie.
It's like manna from heaven emotionally, because I know it's going to be something that makes me feel better. And that's how I described the show when I started. This morning was Humane Society, first hour. You and Footloose and Rochester Area School District last hour. I just treaded water for the hour in the middle. Good to see you. How are you?
Nice seeing you. Missed you last month, Eddie.
You know what? I missed you too. And the cats are fine.
I was going to ask you, how's the cats?
I know you were.
Cats are doing well?
How are yours?
Well, so
to heck with the 8 people in the room. Let's go ahead and have
the young audience in the room. Just to brief you, my daughters have been feeding these cats, the neighborhood cats. They don't belong to us, but once you feed them once, they don't leave. So I have an update on that, Eddie.
Okay,
so let me tell you how I solved. Let me tell you how I solved this issue with the cats. And we,
don't be dark.
We love animals, by the way, on the show.
All right.
So I talked my sister-in-law into buying the house next to me.
Oh,
so now I have control. I have control on these cats. I have control on these cats now. So I'm going to get with you off there to figure out how we can properly, safely, kindly, find good homes for these cats.
All right.
Okay.
That is a veteran move. Drag your family into your stuff.
Hey, whatever it takes. But as long as the cats stay outside and they're healthy and happy, that's all that matters to me.
It's like most of your cousins. If they're fed right, they're going to keep showing up, so you need to get them fixed.
Absolutely. But let's get to business. How about it? And to our listeners, welcome to this month's Beaver County Bus Talk. And as you know, everything's education is always on the docket here with our show. And I do want to welcome another very impressive, extremely talented group to the studio this month, and that's the Rochester Area School District. Today, we are going to talk about their production coming up, and it is on April 10th through the 12th, and it's Footloose. Now, I tell you what, to our listeners, you know the Greases, and you know the Footlooses. So that's why I'm really, really excited personally to come and see Footloose. And in addition to them, they are led by one of the most talented individuals I know when it comes to music theater and all of that good stuff, and that's Miss Kaylin Wetzel, and she's a graduate herself from the Rochester area school. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah.
Go Rochie.
The Rochester Rams. So I do want to introduce Eddie and to our listeners on Beaver County Bus Talk this month to Miss Kaylin Wetzel. How you doing, Kaylin?
Great. Thank you so much for having us. We're so excited to be here.
Absolutely. So you guys know how talented she is.
Yeah.
Does she get in the whole thing? Like how does she get into it? She starts singing and dancing.
Yes, 100%. Yes, 1,000,000,000%.
Yeah, she starts running around the stage and like yelling at us, but like in a nice way and just encouraging us, and it's really amazing.
And then her favorite line is, "Hold on, let me be you for a second."
Absolutely. So, Kaylin and I, Eddie, we were talking off air here. She's a Point Park grad, too. And to our avid listeners, they know I'm a Point Park grad. I played baseball. And we joked because in the late 90s, there was two reasons you went to Point Park. One, for musical theater, and two, to play baseball. So we have both of those boxes. We have both of those checked off today. So less about me, but more about Kaylin. Kaylin, talk a little bit about your travel, Rochester grad into Point Park. Talk a little bit about that and your love for musical theater.
Yeah, so my love for theater started in Rochester, actually. I danced at Paul Escriva Dance Studio in Rochester, and I was in all the musicals in high school, and I just fell in love with theater. I ended up going to college for theater, and as soon as I graduated, I went out and I did professional theater for, now it's been almost 20 years. So I did probably over 30 musical productions throughout, the whole country, I would say. I've done some commercials, I've done a couple little film things, but I've done a lot. And I've also directed a lot as well. I love teaching, and I love really just giving back and mentoring students, because I feel like theater was the thing that really kept my head in a good place when I was a kid. My dad passed away when I was younger. He actually owned the martial arts studio in Rochester, Roy Wetzel. And so theater was the thing that kind of just like kept my head in a good space. And so having those mentors there to really just be there for me and have something to focus on was so important for me. So I want to make sure I'm doing that for all of them. So,
awesome. And talk about giving back. She's a Rochester grad, working with the Rochester staff here and crew. But another interesting thing you shared with me is your first show, professional show. What was the title of that?
Footloose.
It was Footloose. How many times throughout, after all this stuff going on, when you guys get started, how often does she talk back on that? Like, this is my first show.
It depends.
It depends on the day.
It really depends.
Yeah. I try not to talk too much about my experience or try to make it more about them, but Footloose and Ariel was the first professional part I ever got. I was so excited when I got cast. I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be amazing. And Kevin Bacon's sister was our costume designer.
Oh, wow.
And she gave me my red boots that Ariel wears in the show. I don't have them anymore, unfortunately. I would have given them to Victoria. But yeah, that was in New Jersey at the Ritz Theater Company. So that was my first show I did professionally. And I did it twice, actually. And I played Ariel 2 times. So yeah. And it's cool to do it at Rochester, which is my alma mater. So it's just fun. Yeah.
If you're just joining us, this is DJ Frye in this month's Beaver County Bus Talk. Today we have the Rochester Area School District, and we're talking about their production, their show that's going to start April 10th and run through the 12th. And we have Kaylin Wetzel here on the mic right now. Kaylin, what goes on behind the scenes? So when did you start auditioning for this? And tell us, give us a snapshot of what it looks like behind the scenes every day.
Yeah, so we did auditions in October, and when I auditioned them, I didn't really know what show we were going to do, and I picked it based on on these kids here.
So you pick it off of the talent, right?
Because I want to make sure that it showcases their ability, and I don't want to just pick a random show and then it not fit, what they can do. So
is it true, like, when the first male walks in and you're like, you are perfect for Kevin Bacon, we're going Footloose? Did that happen?
I don't want to give it too big of a head, but yeah, I mean, I had Footloose in my mind as a show that I wanted to do because it's a contemporary show. I wanted it to be fun for them. I wanted them to be able to really enjoy the music, and I wanted the audience to really have a lot of fun. And so that was in my mind. And then when I saw them, I was like, okay, I just cast all of them right then and there. Awesome. And they all fit their characters really well. Like in real life, they are actually very much like the characters that they play.
Awesome.
So.
Well, with that being said, if you wouldn't mind, can you start going through some of the cast here with us today?
I'm going to have them introduce themselves and the characters that they play. So we'll go down the line. We'll pass the mic down. So we'll start with Mr. Kevin Bacon himself.
My name is Benjamin Kaufman, and I'm playing Red McCormick in Footloose. And for me, this year has just been so exciting, and just I've had so much fun doing this year because I've done musicals in the past. I've played in Sunny in Grease and The Dentist in Little Shop of Horrors, and like all those have been like fun, and I've enjoyed them, but nothing has been like this year. This year has just been like all my friends, like even people who have graduated or teachers, like it's like all of Rochester just came together for this musical, and it has been so fun and just amazing.
So you were Danny in Grease?
Sunny.
You were Sunny.
Yeah.
Is there any truth to Mr. Mike Damon helped with the dancing parts? Is he the one that helped you guys learn the dancing?
He actually choreographed Footloose. I don't know if anyone knows. Good. Yeah, we'll pass it down.
My name is Noah Sarver, and I play Willard Hewitt. And my favorite part of musical this year was probably like hanging out with all my friends, This year I feel like I've gotten closer with a lot more people, and that's really it. I mean, I've been in Little Shop. I was Mr. Moshnick in Little Shop, and in Anything Goes, I was Eli Whitney. And then in Grease, I was Eugene back in my 8th grade year.
I can see some Eugene in there. I can see that. Hi, Eddie.
He is hilarious in the show. So, yeah.
Awesome. And who do we have here?
Hi, I'm Yusine, and I play Wendy Jo. I feel like this year's musical has been the best. Kaylin's turning me into a dancer. I absolutely hate dancing. I hate dancing so much, but I just love this musical.
Hi, my name's Ellie Dietrich, and I'm Erlene in this year's show. And this musical has just been so much fun. The dancing is awesome. The music's just so fun. And then we're like literally all friends. Like all of us are friends. So we're on stage, and it's so easy to just like be how we are in like person. Like you don't really have to act. Like we're all friends. Mm-hmm. So when we're acting with other people, we're on stage, it's just so much fun because you're just like, it's so easy. It's so much fun.
Okay. Well, I'm Victoria McCracken, and I play Ariel. It's my first year, and this was actually terrifying to do, if I'm going to be so honest with you guys. But then Kaylin was like, nope, you're doing it, and you're not allowed to quit, and you're going to be amazing. And here I am, and I absolutely love being around these guys every single day.
And it's her first musical ever, and she's the lead.
I was always doing stage crew.
Yeah. So. Better from behind the scenes.
Eddie, didn't you have a lead one? You had a lead in a play, didn't you?
I was led in cuffs once.
That's the wrong play.
Honestly, I wish to God that I had done musical theater. It would have so served the purpose of what I ended up doing. I had friends do it, but I never did it. And I'm very envious of the lives that you guys are going to get because of the experiences that you're currently getting.
Absolutely. Yeah, and going back to that Point Park chapter of my life, and I'm not saying this because Kaylin's here, but going there as an athlete, a business major, you actually see the love. You meet a lot of friends, and then you're seeing all the dancers and actors and actresses that you're sharing the cafeteria with, how much they love that and how much passion they put into it, and it reminds you of a lot of how you feel about sports or an activity, and it really starts to grow on you. So I'm no different than Eddie. You really leave that chapter with a nice love for the acting and the musical theaters, and I enjoy bringing my daughters to as many local shows as we can, and we look forward to seeing Footloose and Kevin Bacon. Look forward to seeing you on stage. But go ahead. The last one we have here on the first side of the commercial break.
I'm Emily Dempsey, and I play Rusty in Footloose. And this is my 4th musical I've done at Rochester, and by far the best one I've done so far. I've really learned a lot from Kaylin, and I appreciate that so much. She casted me so well. I think I fit Rusty really well.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I'm really excited for the show.
Eddie, and what was your name again? Ellie. So Ellie mentioned something I want to our listeners and viewers. I want to point this out. You mentioned Rochester as a community and how everybody comes together, and no different than Mrs. Wetzel, right? She's a Rochester grad, and she's back to give back. That is one thing that I have found so dearing and noticeable with our involvement with the community in Rochester. We're proud to be Rams on the transportation side, but everyone in those buildings, it's a tight-knit group. And I know we're going to mention some teachers that are involved in this performance. I can't wait to see Big Mama, by the way. And I know Lou, I saw his name on this list. And again, that just speaks volumes to the community at Rochester and the school district, because it is such a tight-knit group, top to bottom. And that's what makes it so special. Give me some funny stories before we go to break here. Give me some behind-the-scenes rehearsal stories here.
So I got you. Mine's good. So we were practicing Let's Hear It for the Boy. Or wait, was it finale or Let's Hear It for the Boy?
No, Let's Hear It for the Boy. It was definitely...
No, it was finale. It was
yeah.
finale. So we were practicing the finale dance. And in the one part, a kid named Corbin, he's going to be next. He comes and he does a cartwheel into a split. And right after, me, her, and my girl Cam, we come on and do a little dance part. And as Corbin went to go do his cartwheel, he decked me in my ribs and my back.
Oh. I falls to the ground and she's just like this.
Laughing, crying. It wasn't even that bad after. But it was freaking hilarious, because now every single time I literally have Cameron pulling me out of the way so I don't get hit.
There's a lot involved with all the choreography.
Yeah.
Well, Miss Kaylin was mentioning that, we're roughly 3 weeks away, and you guys could do it tomorrow. Is that true?
Yes.
You guys are that confident?
Yeah.
Now, that goes back to, honestly, your coaching and, who your leader when it comes. I mean, if she has you ready 3 weeks out, that's wonderful. Anybody else want to add any funny stories or moments and things, or...
I think for me, it's been really funny to see the staff is involved. So there are, people that are working at the school that are in the show. Big Mama is the security guard. We have Lou, who is the facility director. We have Jocelyn,
Did Big Mama have to try out for the cop scene, to be the cop?
She did not.
Because she is tailor made for that.
Yeah. So Matt Knoll told me that she was born to play the cop, and so I trust Matt Knoll because he's very good at what he does.
We love Matt Knoll.
And she came in her first rehearsal, and she was a little nervous, but now she's getting better every time she does it, and she has a little sass when she delivers her lines, and it's so good. So
awesome.
Yeah.
And if you're just tuning in, this is DJ Frye, this month's Beaver County Bus Talk. We have the talented staff from the Rochester Area School District, and we're talking everything Footloose today. We're going to get ready to go to our first commercial, but a couple more things here. Kayla, I know... Caitlin, sorry. When I heard it, I'm like, no, that doesn't sound right.
Sorry.
I know there's a lot that goes in, and it can be really, expensive to run these performances. Before we go to our commercial break, can you get into a little bit of that? Because I know you got to build the sets, you got the costumes, all of this stuff.
Yeah.
It's not cheap.
It's not. I think people think you just put on a little show and it's free or whatever, but it's not. So this show, it can cost up to $20,000 to produce a show like this. So the sound alone is very expensive. We're doing the lights ourselves this year, but if we were to hire someone to do the lights, it would be thousands of dollars. So it's very expensive. And, we've done some really good fundraising so far this year, and we plan to continue to do that moving forward. My goal is to do it all year round, so we're not having to push right before. But yeah, there's a lot involved. I think people don't really understand the cost that goes behind something like this. So
perfect.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a break right now, but stay with us because when we come back, we have another 6 members of the cast joining us here in the Frye Transportation Studio. This is DJ Frye in this month's Beaver County Bus Talk.
The 45th Annual Beaver County Maple Syrup and Music Festival is back and better than ever. It's all happening on Saturday and Sunday, April the 12th and 13th at the Lodge in Brady's Run Park, just off Route 51 in Brayton Township. While the star of the show is scrumptious Pennsylvania maple syrup drizzled over all-you-can-eat homemade pancakes, there will also be live music with numerous crafters and vendors. Tickets, including pancakes and sausage, are just $15 for adults, $10 for kids under 12, and seniors and military, along with first responders, are just $12. There will also be Pennsylvania pure 100% maple syrup for sale, along with buckwheat and cornmeal flour. The 45th Annual Beaver County Maple Syrup Festival is being presented by Push Beaver County. Make sure you plan to come out to the 45th Annual Maple Syrup Festival from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, April the 12th and 13th at the Lodge in Brady's Run Park. Check out the festival Facebook page for a schedule of events.
The place for news, sports, and entertainment. You're listening to Beaver County Radio, 99.3 FM and WBVP, live from the all-new Frye Transportation Studios.
Looking for an elevated dining experience with a lively bar atmosphere? Then Jackson's Restaurant and Bar in Monaca is your destination. Join Jackson's for Thursday Night Live, featuring top-notch local music. At Jackson's, they serve modern American cuisine with a fresh flair. Perfect for lunch, dinner, and now Sunday brunch from 10 to 2. Reserve your table for Easter Sunday brunch, featuring special Easter offerings like plated ham and a build-your-own Bloody Mary bar. Located near the Beaver Valley Mall, adjacent to the Hilton Garden Inn, Jackson's event space is a great venue for weddings, bridal showers, birthdays, or anniversaries. Visit jacksonsbeavervalley.com for details.
Looking for a quick and easy lunch or dinner? Make it the 2 for $6 McDonald's deal. You'll get your choice of Big Mac, 10-piece nuggets, or filet of fish. Pick 2 for only $6. Only at McDonald's. I'm loving it.
There's lots to look forward to this month. The promise of spring, daylight savings, and warm weather ahead. But nothing compares to Ford Truck Month going on now at Moon Township Ford. It's the real star of the show, along with incredible financing. March over to Moon Township Ford now and get a 2025 Ford F-150 XL or a 2024 F-150 Lightning XLT with 0% APR financing for 36 months. There's equally great financing on Ford Escapes, like 0% for 48 months on a 2025 Ford Escape SE. Ford Truck Month was made for truck owners looking to put themselves in a new model for less. It happens every year and allows you to save the most money on your truck purchase because of available incentives. Huge savings at Moon Township Ford are a guarantee during every Ford Truck Month event. Visit the showroom on University Boulevard across from Robert Morris and help kick off the biggest and best financing of the year on the best Ford has to offer.
Falcone's Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends.
Looking for home services? Call Patriot Home Care in Beaver Falls. Their staff provides company, conversation, and companionship to all patients, ensuring medications are taken on time, participating in fun community activities, personal care, meal prep, and light household work are all services provided by Patriot Home Care, all thanks to the hardworking and selfless team members. Call Patriot Home Care at 724-506-8911 or stop in Patriot Home Care, 1225 7th Avenue, Beaver Falls.
Beaver County Radio's news source. 99.3 FM, 1230 WBVP, and BeaverCountyRadio.com. Here's Noah Haswell.
Good morning on this Friday, March 21st of 2025. We will have a complete Beaver County radio weather forecast after we take this look at news. Lawyers for Joshua Rebe, a senior at St. Cloud University in Minnesota, who is believed to be the last person to see missing University of Pittsburgh student Sudiksha Konanki in the Dominican Republic, say he has left the Caribbean country. Following a trial exceeding 5 hours, Judge Edwin Rijo ruled that Rebe, classified as a witness in a disappearance case, should have full rights under Dominican law and unrestricted freedom of movement. It was not immediately clear where Rebe traveled after leaving the Dominican Republic. Flaherty Run Road in Moon Township has reopened after a tree fell and took out several power lines on Thursday. The incident occurred in the area of the road, and the closure happened between Beck's Run Road and Foxwood Drive. According to a report from Duquesne Light, 800 people did not have power as of 4 p.m. on Thursday. PennDOT District 11 announced that beginning on Monday, March 24th, weather permitting, a part of Route 18 on Mahoning Avenue in Newcastle will close for roadway reconstruction. Traffic will start at about 7 a.m. and then go through 5 p.m. on Tuesday, April 22nd, between Industrial Street and McKinley Street. Base repairs, excavation work, and manhole rehabilitation will be performed. The detour routes can be found on our website at beavercountyradio.com. According to a release from Allegheny Health Network, AHN schools of nursing are now accepting applications for full-time and part-time nursing students for their incoming classes. May 1st is the last day that applications will be accepted for full-time programs at Citizens School of Nursing in Tarentum and West Penn Hospital School of Nursing in Pittsburgh. Citizens School of Nursing's part-time program accepts applications through September 1st. According to a release from Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania, the company filed a request to revise rates to upgrade and replace parts of their underground natural gas distribution pipelines. This will help customers by the company undergoing a modernization and expansion of their system that distributes natural gas. If the rates are approved, they will not be in effect until the middle to the end of December of 2025. 2 Republicans in Pennsylvania are trying to get the Ten Commandments shown in public schools. Senator Doug Mastriano began the Creation of Law in Our Schools Act last week. This will put the Ten Commandments, the United States and Pennsylvania Constitutions, and the Declaration of Independence in public schools. State Representative Stephanie Borowitz wrote a memo on Tuesday for legislation to put the Ten Commandments on copies in public schools. A new scam is getting the attention of officials in federal cybersecurity that was first seen in 2021. A ransomware called Medusa is a data-breaking site that can take data from your email if you are not careful to avoid certain notifications. The system uses a pop-up to tell you to pay information to try to take personal details like your social security number. President Donald Trump signed an executive order Thursday calling for a plan to shut down the Education Department, an agency Republicans have talked about closing for decades. The White House says Education Secretary Linda McMahon will be directed to facilitate the department's closure while continuing to ensure the effective and uninterrupted delivery of services, programs, and benefits on which Americans rely. Eliminating the department altogether would be a cumbersome task, which likely would require an act of Congress.
Here's the Beaver County forecast.
Sunny and mild today. We'll see a high near 51. Mostly cloudy tonight. We'll drop down to a low around 41. Cloudy and breezy tomorrow with a chance of showers through mid-afternoon. We'll reach a high near 48 and a low around 24. And partly sunny on Sunday with a possibility of some rain in the afternoon and again in the evening. Expect to see highs near 50 and lows around 42. I'm Lisa Marie with your Beaver County weather.
That's a look at the news for now. I'm Noah Haswell on 99.3 FM and AM 1230 WBVP, also streaming live around the world at beavercountyradio.com.
Are you ready? It's time to find out what is on the mind of Eddie Crow. It's something to crow about on Beaver County Radio, 99.3 FM and 1230 WBVP. Now, here's the host of the show, Eddie Crow.
I cannot think of a better way to cruise into a Friday. DJ Frye is here once a month. DJ comes in and does Bus Talk and runs the show in a more professional manner than I could ever hope to. More so today because you're handling a lot of actors. Explain who's with you. You've got the director and the second part of the cast of Footloose. Rochester. You know what? No. Explain where they can get tickets online before I forget to bring that up again.
I'm going to explain two things here, Eddie. Tickets, they're available online, the Rochester Area School District's website. We'll make sure there's a link also on WBVP's website and Facebook post. The other thing, too, and I think it's really important, and we're going to get back into this with Miss Kaylin here. The boss to all of this, right? The captain of the team here when it comes to the Footloose play. But it costs a lot of money to put these performances on. And so any of our listeners out there, if you want to be a sponsor, any businesses listening want to be a sponsor, or any type of donation, they would love that. So we're also going to include a link to that, so we can get hopefully we can get some donations coming in.
I don't think it's cheap to get the rights to do. Yeah, Kaylin shaking her head. No, it's not.
Thousands.
Yeah, just for the rights that didn't have to spend the money.
Sure. So if you're just tuning in, this is this month's Beaver County Bus Talk, and we have the very, very impressive this is going to be the second part of the crew for Footloose with the Rochester Area School District. And as I mentioned earlier, we have Miss Kaylin Wetzel here. And Kaylin, can you please introduce the second parts of the cast that we brought today?
Yes. Well, this is I'll call this like the family of Footloose. So next to me, I actually have my daughter, who is sometimes my assistant choreographer. She knows all the choreography. She listens to all the music in the car. So she came today and she's here. But her name's Olivia. And then I'll have everyone introduce themselves. We'll just go down the line here.
All right. I am Gage Wilkins. I play 3 different characters in Footloose. I play Cowboy Bob, Jeter, and Travis. My favorite song is probably The Girl Gets Around.
He's very talented. He has multiple roles.
Yeah.
I am Gray, and I play Ethel McCormick, and Garvin. My favorite song's probably Mama Says.
Hello, my name is Corbin Wilkins, and I play 2 roles. My 2 roles are Lyle and Bickle, and my favorite song has to be Somebody's Eyes by the Yaya Divas.
Hi, my name is Ethan Sarver, and I play Shaw Moore. And my favorite song would be Holding Out for a Hero. I just like that song.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's a good one.
Hi, my name is Ginny Harn, and I play Vi. My favorite song is God is Love. I just think it's really pretty.
Now, are you guys husband and wife in Footloose? Nice. So you get to boss him around a little bit on stage?
Yeah, I do yell at him quite a bit.
Yes, she does. She does. But I just ignore it.
Well, Eddie, I got to tell you, this guy right here, I got to give him a shout out. So off air, I'm sitting there, I'm always checking in on the busing, make sure everything's safe, everything's nice and smooth. And I said, how's your busing? He goes, oh, we got Frye. I said, sounds good, man. I really appreciate that, right?
Is that a win or a loss?
Well, I was teasing him because I said, a lot of you do look familiar. So, you always know, like, Mr. Crow right here, we often talk on the show.
Mr. Crow, I just looked up for my dad.
Nothing good happens in the back of the bus. You guys know this, right? Mr. Crow was a permanent rider in the back of the bus for many years.
Except for when the gym teacher happened to be driving the bus and they made you sit up front.
Didn't he drop you off like 5 stops early, made you walk home?
They were very upset at my conditioning. Yeah.
So back to Kate. Go ahead.
You have I don't know if I'm going to get somebody in trouble. I deal with buses that are not Frye buses. I know before I see the logos, those aren't Frye buses. 1, they're dirty. 2, they're usually jacking up traffic. I'm not saying any names. I just know when I see a Frye bus, it's following the rules of the road and it's clean, and that makes me happy.
Well, this is the proud cast of Footloose, and they're proudly transported by Frye Transportation.
Right on,
How about
man.
that, Eddie?
Yeah.
That's all. I don't know about that. But speaking of stars, though, back to Miss Kaylin here. So I think you all know she played in Footloose as a professional, right? Twice. That's right, twice. So give us a little bit. What's it like having a professional be in charge, be the coach to all, and the producer to all this?
It's different, but I like it though. It's more like it's, she knows what she's doing in a way, and it's not just someone who's like, oh, do this, do that, and then fix it a week later. She knows what she's doing. She fixes it right when it needs to be fixed. If you don't know what you're doing, you can go ask her for it, and she will help you just like that.
Yeah, and I feel very comfortable, like, getting help from her and talking to her, and it feels just right and better, more comfortable. And you have to be comfortable to,
Here's one thing that stood out to me just talking with her. She told me, you're 3 weeks out and you can perform tomorrow. You're ready. Is that true?
I think so. I think so, yeah.
Now, here's a question for you. Who's the better dancer, Mr. Lou or Big Mama?
Big Mama.
Oh my gosh.
Lou
Campy. Big Mama is funny, but they're both funny. So I'll just say Lou. But love you, Big Mama.
Oh, but you've never seen Big Mama dance, like at a dance.
Big
Mama wins.
Oh, she does.
Big Mama?
At our winter semi.
So Andy, and to our listeners, this is DJ Frye in this month's Beaver County Bus Talk. And if you're just joining us, we have the amazing cast for Footloose from the Rochester Area School District. Some of these names, Eddie, that we're mentioning, Lou and Big Mama.
I really want to meet Big Mama.
You have to. So if you happen to visit the Rochester Area School Districts, the high school and elementary building, she's the first one you will meet.
Well,
she runs the security.
I'm going now.
Absolutely.
Why are you here for? I want to meet Big Mama.
But the reason I'm bringing these up, it just speaks volumes to the school district. We talked about this on the first side of the first commercial break. It is a very tight-knit community. The school district itself is really, truly the staple of the communities that make up the whole district. And, you have not only parents that are just donating a lot of time and help and effort, you have graduates giving back to make sure this is the best play in Beaver County this year, but you also have teachers and staff that are coming outside their comfort zone to also participate. Kaylin, if you wouldn't mind, what's it like teaching an adult and a part in a play?
Yeah, so the really cool thing has been seeing people have this love for theater that they didn't know just start to develop, like Matt Knoll, for example.
Yeah.
He is also doing, we're doing a video teaser before the show, kind of like the film where they have the feet dancing. He did all of that. He built the sign, but he is like a great actor. He gets on stage and he knows exactly what to do. I feel like he's like the assistant director at this point. He's like, I think you should do this. And I'm like, oh, wow. Like, I created a monster. He is a star now. So it's been really cool. And he's like, thank you so much. I love being in this whole production. I never knew how much I would love it. So it's just fun to see people fall in love with theater and just bring out these talents that like they didn't know they had. You know what I mean? So it's just been really cool to see. So I love it.
Now, if you wouldn't mind, your daughter's to your left. I have to ask you a question. So I know you have no choice but to be a tremendous dancer in your own right. What's it like having a mother that is so talented and has so much experience in musical theater?
It's really like inspiring because she like inspired me to do musical theater and dance, and like I've been like she was doing like this one show and I was like in her stomach, and it's just really amazing.
Oh, that's excellent. That's excellent. So the only thing the first two we have 11 of you here today. I think the only thing that's really missing in this year's, play is next year we have to push for Mr. Damon to be involved. I think he would be outstanding. I mean, and I teased you guys in the back. I'm affiliated with almost all the school districts in Beaver County. Mr. Damon is one of my favorite individuals throughout Beaver County when it comes to public education. And I know he's proud of you, all of you, and he loves his job. And by the way, he is the best dressed principal in Beaver County.
For sure. All of the ties.
He's tremendous. But equally as impressive is his wardrobe, especially around the Christmas time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's his ability to run a building. He's phenomenal. So, again, I know he's proud of you. And if we can do anything, let's try, Kaylin, next year to get Mr. Damon to play a little role in whatever next year's play it is. Anybody want to share a funny story so far with the rehearsals and everything?
You said potty in your pants?
He has a line that it's very funny that he loves to say, which he just said.
You said potty in your pants. Yeah.
That's his favorite line.
Definitely one of my favorite parts is practicing Mama Says, because we're kind of all like the Three Stooges, me, Gage, and Corbin. So we have to act very stupid and very silly, like fall over, run into each other. It's definitely very fun. That's probably my favorite part.
My favorite part is when I get to yell at Matt Knoll, because he looks at me and he makes like such a silly face, like it looks like a lost puppy.
If you're just joining us, this is this month's Beaver County Bus Talk, and this is DJ Frye, and we have the Footloose cast from the Rochester Area School District. Footloose, you can go on the Rochester Area School District's website to purchase tickets. You please go on there and think about sending a donation or a sponsorship for this year's play. The play is going to run April 10th through the 12th, and I know you've heard me say it multiple times. I am so impressed that this group can go tomorrow. You can really step on stage tomorrow and get through the whole show, and that tells me how prepared you are. And to me, I mean, Eddie, I told you we're going to have a really talented group today.
You got a really talented group today, but I see people that are learning things that will benefit them the rest of their lives with the interaction and you've used the phrase a couple times, stepping out of your comfort zone.
Sure.
That's incredibly difficult. And excuse me, I'm an old crusty guy. You're all kids to me. For kids, the biggest fear in the world is, my friends are going to make fun of me. Sure. You get past that at an early age, and that's what you're doing, and that is brilliant. It will serve you your entire lives, and your teachers setting you up for success.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let me ask you, that's a great point. Let me ask you, so coaches mean a lot to young athletes, right? Teachers mean a lot to, young students. With Kaylin, with all the work and everything, and obviously knowing her background, has that inspired any of you to think about possibly going a similar path as she and going to musical theater, possibly in college?
It's an idea for me, I guess.
Yeah?
I've definitely thought of it, yes.
Perfect.
But I think I might go into something like that, but I'm not quite sure at the moment. But it's been my interest since I've been little.
I think you should. Also, Ben wants to go to Point Park. Ben, who plays Ren, he's interested in going to Point Park. So
I know Emily wanted to do it. Emily wants that to make her her big thing now.
See, I would love that, but I feel like it's also a bit risky because you might not get somewhere, and
But you have to go for your dreams.
It's a bit risky.
Grab your dreams. And
Everything is risky.
Absolutely. So when everyone's casting and school starts and many of you have been in plays leading up to this. When it was announced Footloose, how excited was everybody?
I was not excited because I wanted to be the Little Mermaid or Into the Woods, and I wanted to be Flounder. So I was not happy, kind of, but now I very am because it's a great musical now.
Good.
I was very excited because I grew up watching Footloose over and over again, so I was ecstatic.
I knew it was like Grease, and that's really all I knew about it. I didn't know anything about Footloose until we actually listened to some of the songs, learned more about Kaylin and everything. But I just knew something like Grease, and yeah.
Now, have any of you danced down the hallways in school? Does it give you a hall pass, Mr. Damon? They're just practicing. They can dance down the hallways.
No.
Not
No,
really.
It's not.
But
it's not.
It's still fun. We do in chorus. We sing and dance the musical in chorus. It's pretty fun.
Oh, good. Well, before we go to commercial break, is there any shout-outs or anything that you want to mention while you're on air here?
Hey, Ellie, I heard when you were up here that you said that you were talking about how you were doing my cartwheel. I am so sorry, and I love you. And hi, Mom.
Hi, Noah. Hi, Ben. And hey, Mom and Dad.
No, dude, do it in the 3 different character voices you do.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Mom. And hey, Mom. I don't really know.
That was brilliant.
I would like to say thank you to all the cast, especially Ran Allen McCormick, and hi, Mom. Hi, Daisy.
Who's Daisy?
My girlfriend.
Okay. I was thinking that's a cool name you don't hear very much anymore.
I just want to say thank you to all my friends because this is my first musical, and I was really terrified. I didn't think I would be able to do it at all, but I feel pretty confident now in it.
Good.
I just want to say thank you to everyone here. I'm really appreciative of you all, and I love you all for so much. You've done so much for me, and just want to say thank you to all you guys. It's been fun working with you guys. And I want to say thank you to my mom and dad who help with the musical, and everybody else who helps with the musical. Thank you so much. And it's been great.
Now, Yeah, Kaylin?
I want to thank the parents for sure because they have built the set. They have helped with the costumes. They have helped raise money. Kim Kaufman, Holly Wilkins, the Sarver family, Laura and Nate, they're all amazing. Nate will be doing the sound, so we wouldn't be able to do this without the parents.
Perfect.
Hi, you sing. Hi, divas.
So
I love you, Emily.
I'm going to take a page out of Mr. Crow's book. Kaylin, is there anything I should ask you?
Oh, my goodness. Is there anything
I should ask you about, anybody listening or watching this on replay down the road that may be thinking, I'm too nervous to be in a play, or I'm a dancer, but I don't have the confidence to do it. What would you say to them?
There's so much you can learn by stepping outside of your comfort zone. They have come so far in the rehearsal process. A lot of them were not even close to where they are now as far as their ability and their confidence. And so if there's something that you want to do and it scares you, I always say do something that scares you every day because you learn so much from it and you realize, okay, I did that. It's not that scary. I'm not going to die. And then it just helps you continue to up level in your life. So just do something that scares you and is a little risky because that's how you continue to grow. And these kids have grown tremendously. It's been amazing to watch the process and their growth. And I'm so excited for them and what they're going to do with their lives.
Is that a flip of a switch, or is that a gradual growth into your own skin?
I would say that it's gradual, but if you're willing to do it and you have someone that can identify the strengths in you and pull those out, it can be a fast process. So I think for me, I love to work with kids because they all have different strengths, and I try to bring out those individual strengths that I see in them versus trying to make them do something that's not really feeling good for them. So everyone has these really special talents, and so it's my goal to bring out their unique special talent. So it's really fun.
DJ, your show rocks, buddy.
Oh, it's all about you, Eddie. It's all about our listeners.
It's not. That's the beauty of it. It's about uplifting things that make me feel better about living in the community.
Well, and if I could, I just want to give a quick shout out to Miss Kathy Anuska, Mr. Mike Damon. We've mentioned him multiple times, and then all these Dr. B, Dr. Bovalino, for allowing these wonderful students to spend some time with us today. Super proud to be a Ram. I know you are super proud to be a Ram, and I know the Frye family is so excited to see Footloose. My daughters are ones that will see the play and then they'll watch the movie 100 times after. So, again, anybody else want to say anything before we wrap up here?
Go Rams.
Go Rams. So, Eddie, thank you as always. And to all our listeners each month that tune in, we appreciate you tuning in. And as always, roll Tide.
Oh, you know what? Thank you for throwing that in at the end. It's tough because I don't want to root against Robert Morris.
That's
the fighting Chris Shevlins, right?
Great point. Yes.
So I don't know. I got to check my bracket and whoever I picked.
Our Lady of the Valley Parish is inviting you to one of the best Lenten fish fries in the Valley at the St. Cecilia Hall on California Avenue in Rochester. The fish fries get underway on Friday, March the 7th, and will be every Friday throughout the Lenten season from 11 a.m.